Hi, folks. So, yes, this is a very interesting time. What's going to happen here? I mean, again, I've learned a lot over the last few years. And one thing I'm not going to do is try to pretend that this is the new beginning, new start that I've been waiting for, because, yeah. With both the court cases I've had, I knew that I wasn't really guilty about either of them. With either of them, I knew I wasn't guilty. But, yeah. In the end, where shit could happen, it did. So therefore, yeah. Okay. Yeah, there were opportunities where God could have been glorified, but he didn't want to be. He didn't want to be. So therefore, yeah. Okay. Again, we've got another situation now where goodness knows what's going to happen. I have no idea at all. No. And so, yeah. Again, in a way, it's all I can say interesting, because it is. As I said before, it is a case where truth will never be known, because all that stuff before, well, I believe that God was saying, yeah, pretty blinking soon we're going to find out whether some very big things that I've spoken about on this channel are true or not. Yeah, there you go. That's the point. I'm not concerned about it, because truth is truth, and pretty soon, if I have to take stuff with me, then that point that I believe that God said in the past, which was a beautiful thing to hear, that when I move next, I won't have to take anything with me, because every time I've moved in the past, I've had to leave everything behind and start again. This time, everything will be there that I need. I mean, if you hear that, you think, oh my God, that's beautiful. That's lovely. But pretty soon, I'm going to find out, probably, if I had to bet on it, that was never true. Never true. That's most likely what I'm going to find out, based upon the way things have been up till now. That whenever there's been an opportunity to glorify God, or God to be glorified, the answer has been no. The answer has always been, the world thinks that God doesn't exist, and God's allowing that to be the case, and for people to think that. And he doesn't want to do anything to change it. So it's like, okay. Yeah. This doesn't mean anything at all. It doesn't mean that I won't stay on the course I'm on. Of course I will, because I know the course is true. The point of it is with all these things, yeah. There is hope. And again, there is this case where in the past, part of my journey has been to see what my faith can see. And my faith was able to see a lot of things. But again, that doesn't mean that I'm going to get those things. But again, no, there's no way, shape, or form I would have thought myself, had that thing in my own mind, put it there myself, that when I next move, I won't need to take anything, because God's going to make sure everything needs to be there will be there. Of course, I've never heard that as happening. So why would I put that in my own mind as being the case? I've never heard it being the case. I know it's possible for God to do that. Absolutely. And I know it's a big thing if God did that. That would be a huge thing. Yeah. But, yeah. It doesn't matter. I don't need Father God to show other people that I'm his. That is not the point. I don't need for God to show me in that way with possessions and things that he loves me, because I already know that that's true. Yeah. But one thing that would be true, is it's getting a little bit bloody annoying. Where all these things of faith that I stepped out in, every single one of them has been proven up to now, and it seems as if all of them are going to be proven them to be untrue. And that's a bit annoying. Especially when for years and years you've held on in this place that is, to say the least, shit. It is a horrible place. It's a place that was originally a bunker for coal and wood for the houses in the area. It was never supposed to be a flat. I mean, the way the shower is designed, if you are 5'8" or above, you can't use it. Even I can touch the bloody ceiling if I reach up. I can touch the ceiling. I shouldn't be able to do that. I'm only 5'7". It's small. And it's horrible. No heating. There's been no hot water. I've had neighbours that were bloody nasty. Really bloody nasty. Got these dogs taken away. I put up with all of it, believing that, yeah, there's reason to hope. There's reason to believe that all of that happened for a reason. I was walking downtown earlier just thinking, if I move into some little council place somewhere, that's okay. It'd be better than this, probably. I might actually have a separate bedroom to a lounge and a separate kitchen. Maybe. So it would be a bit better. But, I mean, even I think back to when I was in Bournemouth area. I was looking at a flat there, and the day I was supposed to go to the flat, I woke up and heard a very clear voice saying, "Forget this place. The place I have for you is so much better." Right? So I did. I didn't go to view the property. What happened when I left the area? I went up to Inverness and was homeless, and God told me, "Oh, you've been struggling with depression since childhood," and depression entered completely. Lovely. That wasn't better. This was the place next. This wasn't better. We're talking, 15 years ago when I heard, "Forget that place. The place I have for you is so much better." Was I supposed to cut my throat and go to heaven at that point in time? Because it seems as if that was the only thing that would be better. I was in homeless accommodation. I was then in this place with all the nasties around, right? So, obviously, me waiting for better, then I hear from God saying, or what I think God was saying, the next place you go to, you won't have to take. Because, when I've moved, I've had to start again. Basically, leave everything behind. And then God's saying, you won't have to do that this time. That was something that came across as beautiful. And as I say, very, very soon, the reality is going to be that wasn't true. It wasn't true. I was just talking to God about that place about 2-3 days ago. And it was probably never true.